And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on Monday, Labor Day. Barnes and Tony once again.
That's right, baby.
What's going on, brother?
Not much, dude. Excited to be here. Labor Day, dude. It was really quiet this morning, which was awesome. And I think I needed a little bit of quiet after this weekend, dude. Because it definitely was a tough one, at least for the Mets anyway. So, but stoked to be here, dude. Stoked to talk about it.
Yeah, a lot to talk about. And before I get to my weekend in Ohio State, any big highlights for yourself?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Andy's right.
Andy's 30th birthday, dude, on Friday. So shout out to him, dude. He's been he bought a house in Norwalk not too long ago. So he also just had a baby not too long ago either. But he's been did some renovations, got the yard in order. You actually would love it, dude. He had this this chipping game with Velcro balls, so you can use the chipper or use your wedge or whatever. You can chip balls up onto this thing. You try and get it in the hole. So that was kind of cool. Really,
that's dope.
Really working on our chips, dude. You could imagine, especially with the drinking, dude. Had a keg, good time, friends, and you'd also love it too. Didn't mess around, dude. Catered Gaetanos for the party.
See, come on, dude. Come on.
Honestly, dude. Yeah, Jay and I actually picked up the food before we went up there. We went to the Westport Gaetanos. Couple trays of sandwiches, dude. The buffalo chicken tray. Oh my god, dude, ridiculous.
The eating.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. It was a great time, dude. And then we hung out afterwards, Faithful to F, some bars. Great job celebrating Andy, dude. And then Saturday. I actually had some Sacred Heart football on Saturday, dude. That was pretty cool. Definitely tough wake up. Sacred Heart, though, played Stonehill from Massachusetts, I believe. It's their first season at this D1 college. Sacred Heart won. Dude, it was a fucking, you want to talk about, I'm sure your college football experience on Saturday was way different than mine. And it was tough, dude. It was nothing at the halftime. Sacred Heart. Yeah, Sacred Heart scored a safety, dude, in the third quarter. That started the scoring, field goal, touchdown. They ended up winning, I think, I don't know, 10-6 or something. I don't even know. But bit of a snoozer, but obviously good to have Sacred Heart. They were excited. First game of the year, the dub. They have a brand new field, actually, Brian. They just redid the turf there. And of course they were running behind the turf. So the turf was installed I don't know 5 days before the game or something.
Oh my god.
So everyone was nervous. It passed whatever concussion testing they had to do, but obviously I think someone was saying how it normally takes 5 weeks or 4 weeks for the turf to settle. So people were worried about injuries or whatever, and what the coach was pissed about it, dude. But it was cool. And then, Sunday classic chill, chores, whatever, lose Brian.
No. Yeah. No, I wanted to just make sure our peeps know we're on. I would just send them the quick.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
The TCA, obviously we want them here.
Dude.
Yeah. But sorry, continue, Tony.
No, yeah. In any case, it was a pretty solid weekend, very busy, but a lot of good fun. Dude, horseshoe on Saturday, Ryle, dude, talking fantasy football. So yeah, dude, it was a good weekend for sure. Excuse me.
You good, dude?
Are you?
Wait, can you hear me good or no?
Hear you fine. Don't see you right now.
Okay, yeah. No, literally just hitting the copy and paste, and then, as we would say, Tony, it's going to be completely copacetic from this point on. All right. Now we're not talking nonsense, but yeah, we can really go in depth. And I'm trying to think who always calls me out for the story hour. Is that John Pollock?
Yeah, I think it is, dude.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right, but no, I was just saying John Pollock's the one who always calls me out, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, I mean, everything that worked out, I would say, pretty good.
Mhm.
Going there wasn't really
The
much of a
flight.
delay or anything, but it was my first time. So I don't know if you know this, but at LaGuardia, like they've redone a lot of it, but Terminal A is the original terminal. It's actually the Marine Air Terminal. I don't know if you've like heard of that or anything.
Oh,
So it's literally like it probably hasn't been touched since I don't know, maybe 1970. Like
that's
it's that like vintage, but there's only 5 gates. It's all Spirit because I was doing Spirit Airlines, never did that one before. So it was literally like going to like Bradley or something, no security line, right in. So me
wow.
and
Let's
Mark,
go.
had an extra hour to kill. So we were just like at the bar, having a couple
Mhm.
Sam seasonals to get things going.
Love that, dude.
And then the flight was the easiest thing ever. I know on the way there, it was an hour and 19 minutes.
Oh wow, dude. There we go.
So,
Efficient.
and it was funny going on Spirit because have you ever done Spirit before?
No, never.
So I was like a little nervous, and then of course, like I'm at the bar right before we take off, and I see that they filed for bankruptcy again. So I'm like, Jesus
Stop it.
Christ, dude!
Oh my god.
But honestly, like paid a little more just to. It wasn't like the premium seat or anything, but just sat kind of in the middle of the plane. But it was literally fine. Like bought the Wi-Fi, so kind of flew by. And it was kind of crazy. Tons of people, like full flight. And then at the airport, everybody's waiting outside for Ubers. Everybody's, got their gear on. Like the vibe was there right from the start. So we just check in at the hotel, and then it's funny because me, like I don't know, what I mean. I try not to like make a blunder like with the hotel, but
Yeah,
like just say have the biggest blunder of your career. So okay, so basically the starting of the planning of this trip actually happened on the way back from a Yankee game. And I had found a good deal on I think a Hilton, might have even been the one right next door that you could walk to the stadium to. So for some reason, somehow I ended up canceling that and it wasn't there when I went to try to rebook. And Mark had said, there's this Red Roof Inn Plus, like it's a
right.
dive, but everybody stays there. It's fine. So I had originally booked that, but then I noticed there was a Motel 6 that had like a similar rating for half the price. So I was like,
Okay.
I mean, if we're going to be in a motel anyway, like why
Right.
not pay half the price? And it was just one of those things that both of us were like, trying to spend as little as time possible there.
Yeah. Oh.
Because it just did. Like the mattress was cardboard. And then like there's no blankets on the bed, and it just talk about 1960, like maybe 1950, like there's been no renovations. Luckily, nothing like gross or anything, but it was just so uncomfortable mattress, just not the vibe you want. So like literally we drop our stuff off. There was a Mexican place next door, so we grabbed dinner, and then we kind of walked into town, went to a bunch of different bars, walked all around the football field, and you would have been riled. Like the marching band was practicing. I don't know if you've known this, but they're like famous for their marching band or whatever. So they were like, doing drills and stuff. And then there was this one bar called the Varsity Club that's right across the street from the stadium. So everyone was there. So we got a spot there, stayed there a while, went to a couple of different places, but it was like all around the stadium, which was sick. And that's one thing too, I think, for college. I don't know how we ever got to the point where a university, a major college football university, or really any college, doesn't have their stadium on campus. I think that adds so much to it because you could just walk right to the field. It's right there. I just think it really kind of gets the atmosphere and the vibe up. So that was awesome. So that was pretty much the first night. A little bit, a little bit of a rough night's sleep on the cardboard mattress. So it's funny. I actually woke up. We went to bed at 12. I probably woke up at 6. And then literally hopped right up, and I was looking for breakfast places to go. And back in the day when me and my family used to go to Myrtle Beach and stuff, we always used to eat at Bob Evans. So I was all set. I was like, oh yeah, dude, we could walk right there. This would be great. But my sister texted me and was like, oh no, like they went downhill or whatever. And I was looking up the reviews. Everyone's tight. Audible, student run IHOP right down the street from the stadium. Outstanding. Got the same order both days in a row. It's like basically cinnamon bun pancakes, like just so fired. So yeah, I hadn't been to IHOP in a while. The chain restaurant's Michael Butka.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was great, kind of to get things going. But so we're literally there at 7:30, and then literally the whole time from there till the game started at 12, all around the campus. So you had the Fox set, with Urban Meyer, Matt Leinart, all those
Oh, yeah.
guys. So we went around there. You had the game day set, which was so packed, especially, it would always be packed, but with Corso and stuff. So we couldn't actually get too close to that. But what we were able to do right by the beverage tent, luckily too, is where, I'm sure you've seen like the highlights of this where they have like the student kick the field goal to try to win money.
Oh, yeah.
With McAfee and stuff. So we were there, I would say through 2.5 hours early, but right on the bar. So we were in the first, right next to the field goal post. Like we're here, field goal post is up there. So we're just camping out, drinking, chilling. It was a perfect weather day. So that was awesome. And that's how I was able to get on my story. One of them was the kick going through. So he made it. So everyone's going nuts. And then it was funny too. Like just one of those like snafus. So Mark is always just one of those people like, I don't know. He's just certain things he's just not thinking ahead. But it's like he doesn't download the ticket to his phone. And then there's so many people there. It's over 100,000 people. No service to do it. So then it's like a scramble 45 minutes before the game. Go behind a parking garage. He had to log in on my phone. Somehow I had better service. But we get the ticket, we get in, everything's good.
That's so
game starts, and I mean it was just the whole time. I mean, we're standing a lot. I'm sure his voice is still shot. I didn't yell as much as him, and my voice is still shot. But everybody's just on their feet the whole time, and it just you really don't know until you go what it feels like to be in a stadium with 100,000 people. Like just how many people that is. I mean, you think about just for like the Yankees and the Mets, like that's double the amount of people that are in the stadium, and that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
So that was great, and it was just such a highly contested. Like, sure, I guess they were. Texas was getting shut out, but then they scored that touchdown late, so kind of put things into question. But the whole day, you could tell Arch Manning just was shook, nervous. Like you could tell he wasn't going to do it. He threw that one touchdown. Other than that, he looked terrible. I was surprised that he played that bad, but it was something that I kind of had in the back of my mind just because he, only made a couple of starts against like weaker opponents last year. And then to start week 1 at the defending national champions, I think it was crazy that Texas was ever favored in that game.
Yeah, no, it was really disappointing, to be honest. But I also feel like, I don't know. I mean, people did think that Manning was going to do way better than that, right? I mean, would you think it was wrong to think that, or?
I think it was just a very high expectation. You know what I mean? You want to tell me Arch is going to start, I don't know, against Mississippi on the road. I would say, oh, yeah, they'll probably win, do good. But it was just a big ask first start. And it's not to say that Ohio State lit it up on offense, only scoring 14 points.
Right.
But you could tell. I mean, both teams obviously good defense, but their defense, I mean, really had him bottled up. I mean, he just wasn't comfortable. I mean, I think it seemed like, the thing he was most comfortable doing is running. So it's interesting. A lot of people, Paul Feinbaum waxing poetic. I know there's memes up and down the list, making fun of him, but he was saying, oh, he's automatic Heisman and just far away the number 1 pick in the draft. And then to have a performance like that, kind of interesting. He'll have some weaker opponents coming up, but very interested to see how he plays down the stretch.
You're expecting for him to come into form though against those like lesser.
Yeah. But it'll be interesting in the next test that he gets. So just it's obviously a setback for him. But like I said, I mean Ohio State too with Julian saying, he's got some work to do as well. But obviously the defense, and then they're just tough at home. I mean, and also in the Ryan Day era, I feel like they're like 72-10. I mean, they've almost like taken over. What Alabama was doing, because Alabama just lost to Florida State, unranked team. That would have never happened against Nick Saban. So it's just crazy. And like some people after Ohio State lost to Michigan last year wanted Day fired. They win the national championship, and now, I mean, like I said, just so much respect, for that university being at the game. I mean, it really was just an awesome experience, and that's what we always say, like the environment of a game. Sure, obviously you need a good product on the field, but the fan enthusiasm is always what makes it.
Yes. Just don't stay at a Motel 6, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would recommend. So who knows, dude? Maybe it'll be like a tradition thing, go to one like new venue every year.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, I just couldn't have been more impressed with that. And it was cool to see Corso like on the field with the headgear. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was just such a good day, and it's like I think this is the type of thing, and I know there's like there's only so many schools, you can't play a top 10 team every week, but those are the type of games that as a fan you want to see more of. So it was unbelievable. It really was. And after that, I was telling you the Capitol Grill, that was you would have loved it, bro. Sliced filet with onions and mushrooms, mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts, calamari, and it was fried, but it was like sauteed but fried, and it was ridiculous. And then the cheesecake to polish it off, Tony.
Oh my God, dude, that sounds so good.
Yeah, so that was basically the State of the Union. And then ended up actually rallying at a Buffalo Wild Wings late, probably finished up around midnight. Got back Spirit yesterday, but then from the LaGuardia, only 40 minutes back, and then had a fancy job yesterday, so it was kind of nice to reset a little bit. But wow, dude, no, you would have you would have loved it too, especially the pace call, the drinking, like you would have been riled up.
No, it sounds like a great time, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. So and I did watch a little actually of the they had another good game last night, Notre Dame, Miami. So
nice.
That's where I am. Like Mark, like he gets out of hand, like where he's like rooting for because he likes Ohio State. He's rooting for Michigan to lose to New Mexico. It's like that's a game like I can't watch. But the top 10 matchup, I have to say I'm way more into it this year. So I think I'm going to mention it definitely a little more. And it's cool to see guys before they come into the NFL.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it, dude. I'm down. I'll try, Brian.
And also too, just because it's extenuating circumstances. They're not even a ranked team. A little like curiosity for you today to see how Belichick does with the Tar Heels against TCU.
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, I heard Ty talking about it earlier on while I was getting ready. So yeah, dude. I mean, I feel like I am definitely interested in that. I mean, that's like it's gonna be really interesting to see. Not only Bill Belichick just coaching college, but like just to see what happens with the Tar Heels, dude. And obviously, I mean, it is pretty funny, the girlfriend, dude. How many times? Dude, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of juice there for sure.
I'm looking forward to that. And I was just thinking about this because I know I have mine. Because do you have the draft today? Because you're not in my league for TCA, right? Or no?
I thought that was I thought that was the Wednesday league, right? That Wednesday's a draft?
No. You're in it. Okay, I think you're in the one with Matt, maybe, because mine is today at 2:00.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to Matt about it this weekend. He was like, "Oh yeah, like it's that Wednesday."
Okay, yeah. So that's the other league. Yeah, no, I just wasn't sure. Yeah, I like I was saying, I had another draft last night, and I actually was kind of riled. So this one was different. How I was just telling you about how the other one, like the quarterbacks got all the points. So I took Josh Allen first rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, it's just kind of a standard league. But first pick, they took Gibbs over Jamar Chase. So I had second pick, got Jamar Chase. And then I ended up getting Burrow, Garrett Wilson, Kyron Williams, and like the rookie running back Hampton from the Chargers. But I'm just kind of riled to like give it a try to have Burrow and Chase on the same team because I feel like it's like if they have that big week, you just automatically win the week.
Yeah, dude, definitely. I feel like somebody had that in the league last year.
Because the way that they throw the ball, I feel like that's just like an unstoppable combo. And then I even took it a step further, McPherson as well.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. By the way, I'm looking at the draft. It does say on Yahoo that I'm on the Monday at 2:00, dude.
Oh, so you are in my league?
I guess so. But then what the hell is Matt in?
No, because there's 2 leagues.
Oh, I didn't realize that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. Matt's gonna be tight.
But yeah, dude. So you better be ready, bro.
No, yeah, I'm fucking ready, dude. Dude, come on. I mean, we had the draft last week too at the Horseshoe, so like I'm like been talking about it all weekend, dude. I'm dialed in. I know what I could do better. Are you what's your team? You're not acting on Uber, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. Let's freaking go.
No, but I have to say, and I know like it has nothing like I am obviously I don't even need to tell you this, but just as excited for baseball as I've always been. But I have to say, as football is back, it is nice having that as well. It's just like a influx of sports, and I had to say I really am enjoying it, because the fact is we've just had college. NFL hasn't even started yet. We get that opener on Thursday with the Eagles and the Cowboys. So this is a sick time of year.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking the same thing, and it's like I don't know about you, but it also it feels like forever since we talked about football. To be honest,
it really does. It really does, because we don't really talk about it in the offseason. That's why, just like a story here and there, Rodgers, McAfee, that type of thing.
Yeah, and I just feel like we've been obviously recently all baseball, but then just the hockey and the baseball, I feel like just lasted so long,
Yeah, yeah. So it's good to have it back for sure. So yeah, you gotta study up for the fantasy draft later.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, forget, dude. I'll be fine, dude.
I'll be 20 deep, but I'll be fine, dude. But we got a bunch of comments, so let's go there.
We do. Of course, we have Matthew Ryan, in here saying whatever to the Mets, the bums. He says, oh well. He says, go Yankees. He says 6-1 in the last 7. Go Yankees. He says,
go Yankees.
And then John Pollock, yes, absolutely, says can't wait. Today should be a fun game versus the Mets. Earlier on too, 1:00 game or whatever it is.
There you go.
But you got the early Labor Day start, so you get the game in, then get the fantasy draft going. And then Matthew Ryan saying wanted to be close. Well, we'll do our preview. All right, Matthew Ryan, take it easy. Derek Ho with the hi. Josh B says, yo, what up, fam? Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to all. I hope you guys are all, enjoying your off days, dude. Maybe a little barbecue, a little hot dog, a little golf even, or don't right. My mother saying good morning. Good morning, Mom. And then, of course, John Pollock, loving the story time. This shows a vibe, he says. Matthew Ryan going back to the Yankees win. John Pollock says, what a crazy adventure. No doubt about that. Michael Buckton here says Lee Corso Virtual Barnes. And then he says, what was Nick Young's nickname?
No, this is just one of those things when he's like, it's, I don't know. It's like he took some laughing gas or something. He's like cracking up. Like he knows everybody knows. Come on, Michael.
And then my mother says better than the homemade cheesecake.
No.
Ooh. And then Josh B saying our draft. Yes, today, 2:00. He says there's 3 leagues. And he says Discord for the draft. And then we also have Jay Bird here saying happy September. Hype for football to be back, dude. Yeah, we got games this week. Thursday. We have a Friday game this week too, right?
Yeah. Was that the Chiefs and is it the Chiefs Chargers or no?
I think it's Chiefs Chargers. Sounds about right.
Yeah. São Paulo in Brazil.
Oh, it's right. It is the Brazil game, dude.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. I think that's it doesn't matter, I guess, but that's so dumb.
Should we bring in McAfee to talk about it?
I think we should, dude. And then Jay Bird says Bill's got to win his first game. Oh, Bill Belichick. Okay,
Bill Belichick, yep.
And then Jay Bird has a draft at 11:30. I guess maybe a draft for the rest. Is it a restaurant draft? A Pascal Sabine draft, dude? Who knows is right. And then Donna Lean here says, good morning. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day, Donna.
How about John Pollock saying Josh B's about to cook all of you? I guess siding with Josh B here for the draft. Not cool. Jay Bird says pay your rent. Okay. Okay. And then my mother says, Dad and I are listening. We love you. We're on the deck eating breakfast. That sounds lovely. And what a lovely Labor Day it is out there, dude. Beautiful weather, dude. Which the weather this weekend was also perfect. I don't know about you.
Oh no, Tony. I don't think you understand. Like you would have loved it too. So when we first got up on Saturday, so it was like 7:30. It was probably 59, and Mark, amateur hour, sweatshirt on, me, shorts and t-shirt, knowing it's gonna get hot. Sure enough, what do you know? I mean, even though it was only 73, it felt like 90. It was because it was just there was that much sun, Yeah. And our seats were under the shade too, which we lucked out. Everyone else was sweating their ass off.
Oh hell yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that was great, and I'm just I'm excited for more college football. Definitely gonna check out that game later. Yankees off today, but big series coming up with Houston. But yeah, let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yep, what a play! Stop it, Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drilled deep to left field. There
Yankees win. I think I was just thinking about this because I was just eating the donut delight. One thing I did forget to mention to you, Tony, the prices. Like I swear to God, it felt like it was 2008.
Really, dude? Everything was like cheaper.
$3 beers at the bar.
What?
No exaggeration. $3 beers. Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll split the IHOP check up. Okay, it's $14 each.
Stop it, dude. That is
I'm not kidding, dude.
That's awesome, dude. Oh my God. Like, how do you not just live there?
No. So this is I'm telling you, dude, you need one of these. Just you got to do it at least one time. Like you'll be riled. Like it doesn't like it just has to be a big matchup like that. But I'm just telling you, especially there, dude. I mean, and yeah, it was. I'm still like I feel like in like the college football mode because of going to that game. You know,
you seem like you're still jacked up, dude. The adrenaline right now.
Yeah, no, just so happy that I did that. But switching gears here a little bit, obviously, Yankees end up taking 3 out of 4 from the White Sox, over the weekend. First 2 games, dominate. And then it got a little trickier as the weekend went on. You think back to Saturday, you had the rally there in extra innings, but and you were close to actually losing that game too. There was a ball in extra innings down the line that just went foul by like a half inch. But the Yankees ended up winning on Saturday 5-3. And the really, obviously it was great to win that one, to win the series. But the fact that Cam Schlittler, we talked about, last week, how impressive he's been, and he took it a step further in this one. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts through 100 pitches exactly. So all of a sudden he has a 2.61 ERA. So you just love to see, the confidence and poise that he showed us. Devin Williams, a little dicey. He had been, lights out, but his 4th blown save, pitching the 7th, giving up back-to-back doubles to start the inning. But fortunately, from that point on, Yankee bullpen does the job. And how about David Bednar, 2 scoreless? In the 9th and the 10th inning, you had Luke Weaver with a scoreless inning and Doval to close it out, which was good to see. Because, like I said, this was a game you needed to win. Obviously, it was just a little different with the offense struggling, early on. But in extra innings to rally, who else starts it but Cody Bellinger. Nice to see Jazz step up, but even Volpe too. So it was just a must-win there, and this was the opposite of yesterday where all the teams around you lost, so you had gotten within 2 games, of the Blue Jays in the division. Unfortunately, yesterday, you had a chance too, but just for whatever reason, Martin Perez, just had the Yankees bats at bay. It was a game where they only had 2 runs, 6 hits against Chicago. You think about all the runs they scored first couple games of this series, just weren't able to get anything going against him. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. On our side of things, Luis Gil pitched pretty well. Definitely had some velocity issues on the fastball control. 2 walks, which I guess is lower for him, but he ends up giving you 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts for the no decision. Fernando Cruz has looked great since coming back from the injured list. He got you 5 outs, struck out 2. But the difference in this game was Tim Hill, who had been great for us, especially in big spots, but gives up a home run to Sosa in the 8th inning on 2 strikes. Yeah, Lien Sosa. That was the difference. Yankees, try to rally actually against Mike Vassell in the 9th inning, but unable to get anything going, unfortunately. So a disappointing end, to the series in Chicago. But at the end of the day, right now, you're 76-61. So one of the higher, I think the second highest, second best record in terms of games over 500 of all season. You're still a half game up on Boston, so you're back in second place here, and still 3 games behind Toronto. So obviously in striking distance, having the number 1, wild card, I think is important because then you host that game. But I want to win the division, and I know yesterday, little setback. He had been playing so well, and You had won, I think, 7 in a row.
Mhm.
So, sometimes, I mean, it's tough 4 games, even if you're playing a bad team, 4 games on the road. I mean, it's tough to, complete the sweep. So I think overall, I feel really good about things. And the thing I feel the best about really is, I think our offense, sure, we've had some lulls, but just the pitching from the starters and the relievers, I feel like is just so spot on right now. And it feels like we really have a pecking order there at the back of the bullpen. So I think we're positioned well. And of course, until we do it, the Josh B's of the world are going to be saying, no, we can't. I understand that. But I like this off day before Houston. And I think we are going to take 2 out of 3. So, listen, of course you got to do it at the end of the day. So it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what he says, it doesn't matter what Kemp Deuce says. At the end of the day, you got to just go out and do it,
Yeah, you're not wrong. And I mean, like you said, I mean, I think, you took 3 out of 4, I guess, against the White Sox. The one game, yes, would have been nice. The 4 game
Yeah.
sweep, but it's not easy to beat a team 4 days in a row, any team.
Yeah.
And also it's like, I don't know, what do you're 4 games back of Toronto?
3 games back.
Okay. You should feel really good about that. Like,
and the fact too, I mean, within what, a week, 10 days, we went from the 3rd wild card to the 1st wild card.
Yeah, so like you're hitting this, like everyone kind of was saying, like, oh, like the Yankees, like this is the time because they have like a relatively easier, I guess, latter part of the season, or September, I should say. And I do think you guys match up well too against the Astros. I think I think you have Fried, right, starting.
Yeah, I'll pull up the probables.
But I mean, you think of Max Fried. I mean, he does have some experience against the Astros. He pitched against them in the World Series, so I mean, like. I feel like, and not to mention, I mean, I feel like Fried is kind of somewhat trending back into the right direction. So, I mean, you feel pretty good about that series. I'm not sure who Toronto has up next, but they kind of have been like losing or winning every other game, it seems.
No. I think it's like the past couple of weeks they're like under 500.
They're 5-5, yeah, in their last 10. Let's see who they're playing. So yeah, dude. I mean, I think the Yankees are setting up like nicely to be. Oh, they're playing the Reds. That's right. Unfortunately, I will be rooting for the Blue Jays in the Red Series, but
I mean, that's obviously somebody that they could easily stub their toe with. And is this in Toronto or?
It looks like it's in Cincinnati.
Oh, I love that, dude. They're mediocre on the road too. So let's go.
Yes, and honestly, but and I mean, not for nothing, the Reds though too also have been kind of like somewhat, going back to sub 500 baseball too. So it should be interesting what happens. But I mean, the division is definitely within sight. Like,
yeah. Well, and I think this actually works out very well for us because you look at this. So you got 6 games in a row, at Houston, and then 3 home at Toronto. Fried pitching in both series. So obviously you love to see that. Fried Valdez. I mean, that's, ace versus ace, mano y mano. Let's go. So good way to start the series. And then you have a Warren Alexander game on Wednesday. That's kind of like, you're going to the bullpen in the 5th, probably on both teams there.
Right.
And then Rodon Javier, another good matchup. So, yes, they have 2 good pitchers. I think Javier maybe isn't as good as he used to be, but he's still a quality pitcher. So, but the fact is, when they have a pretty good pitcher out there, so do you. So I mean, it's a good opportunity. So let's just take advantage of it. And I do think too, there is just something. I mean, this Yankee team is so much about momentum, and I just think Fried going 7 scoreless in the first game, maybe winning a tight one, 4-2, 4-3. That'll really set the tone for this series.
Yeah, no, I think you will be off to the right foot. And I mean, listen, if your offense is buzzing too, if Judge is going to be playing like he did this, this past weekend against, Houston, it's well.
I want to talk about this a little more, but let's do the comments first because Josh B, a couple chirps from the peanut gallery over there.
Before we do get to Josh B, we do get back to my mother, which is Brian. The pool is 90 degrees.
She did that on purpose.
And Jay Bird saying it is a Pascal draft. I guess, obviously, this restaurant that Jay works at is fancy and French. So it's the league.
Oh, it's called Pascal.
Pascal Sabine is what it's called.
Okay.
And which tremendous restaurant. I recommend if you're ever in Asbury to go there. Obviously, you can ask for Jason. He can be your waiter. But it says the league is called Fourth and Foe. And his team name is, I don't even know, like, how would I pronounce that? And I don't want to, dude. So then we got Angel saying, yo, thank you for the shirt. Mike and Tony, you're welcome, Angel. You wear it well. Earning here with the year. or happy Labor Day, fellas. Angel's saying Giants starting the season. So no facetious here. They're about to win 5 games. Hell yeah, dude.
I've been telling everybody that 4 or 5 wins for the Giants.
And then Josh B says, when did I say we can't? And then he basically says that they can't by saying they haven't shown me anything to
Yeah.
be Red
No,
Sox.
Josh, I'm sorry.
Astros, more words in my mouth, he says. Josh
You're
pissed off.
almost no. I know me and Josh always have a fun back and forth. But at the same time, you're kind of going Dan Gross on us a little bit.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like at the end of the day, we know they haven't won those games against those teams. We understand that, Josh, but it's like, how come when we talk about it, you just have to like constantly bring that up? And it's just like, well, we're not like rewinding the previous series. Like we're taking one game at a time and let's just win. I mean, could you see why, Tony, I would be a little frustrated on my end? It's like, we get it. We don't need to say it every day.
Right. No, you're not wrong. I understand the frustrations. I understand both your sides. But at the end of the day, like you said, you just gotta do it. You know until you do it, right? So like the Astros, like, let's go, dude. You know?
Yeah, and it's not so much even Josh, but just other people in the chat too. It's just like I feel like they have this thing where it's like because they're saying like, oh, like, dude, we can't be any of the tough teams. Like it's just not gonna happen. Just like them saying it, it's like finito. That's it. It's there's no chance. Just stop. You're ridiculous. And it's just like I don't know. That's one thing that's been different, I would say. I've just never met fellow fans that I don't know. It's like they almost like don't want you to be positive. And I don't know. I've just never met fellow fans like that.
Dude, be negative. Be negative, right. Brian.
Be negative. It's smarter. That's the message. That's the message that I get. And I think he had a couple more.
How do you agree with me? He asks, and then say, I have to bring it up because it's the truth. That's why. But I'm wrong for thinking, he says. Hilarious love hand emoji thingies.
Yeah. Because I guess like it's even though I know this is one of those conversations that could go on forever. It's like, even though, yes, I am agreeing with that. And even though you're not saying it, but the issue that I have is like the way you say it is you're saying that because we didn't do it before, that prohibits us from doing it now. And it's just like, whether you're saying that or not, that's the message. You're like, oh, don't get too excited. And it's just like, well, no, I look at every single game that the Yankees play. I don't care what time of year it is, who they're playing. I want to win. And I'm not thinking about what happened before. So let's go to battle. And I just know Ernie knows it.
Yeah, Ernie definitely knows it. Josh B, though, saying that's what you say. I say I need them to show me they can beat those teams. And then Ernie, by the way, throwing out some shade here. I just can't anymore. I'm done arguing with fair weather fans. And then he says, if you're not going to be down through the good and the bad, then don't talk to me when we get to the promised land. Sit in the back with the non-believers. Me and Brian are manifesting wins. Y'all are bad vibes.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of is the truth, and I always do tell Josh this.
Josh B's getting upset.
A young Josh B, like if let's somehow I was around back, around Josh's age back then, and I was the guy going to Josh and just being like, "Oh, dude, they're not going to win." Like, no, dude, don't get your hopes up. Like Josh would be like, "Dude, get this guy out of here." Like, you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's like, dude, at the end of the day, we want to win, and it doesn't matter what I think, doesn't matter what he thinks. Let's just win instead of just like constantly say, oh, well, we haven't done it before. So that means like it doesn't there's no test they need to show us. They just need to win the games that are important, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, we can go on because Josh B, who said I didn't want them to win. What in the F he says. And then Ernie says Josh B has been through so much sports heartache, he can't allow himself to feel positivity.
And he hasn't even been, because like he just said with the 5 championships, and we know in sports it's hard to win, but sports is random. Different things happen every year. So let's just do it, Tony. How about that?
Yes, dude, let's do it. All right, let's freaking do it, dude. Subway Series, World Series. All right.
But I mean, honestly, because I'm not trying to put you on the spot. And again, like Josh knows, like we're just having a good time here. But if you had somebody like that, or maybe you do you? Is there anybody like that you've known over the course of your life that's a Mets fan as well, that is like that voice in your ear every time like they would win a little bit? Like, oh, it's not going to happen. And not me, because obviously I'm not a fan. But
I mean, yeah, I guess maybe at certain points too, I was that person to some people also. I mean, I feel like for the Mets, maybe it's a little different because I feel like you're always in that like
right.
that mindset almost, where it's like losing streak is right around the corner sort of deal. But yeah, certainly I've encountered those people, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there are people that like still like want the team, like want your team to win, but it's just like they have a tough time seeing it, like it's just like, oh, like again.
But and I hate to do this, and again, I'm not really saying this about Josh, but just in general. But the people that do that, it's like, well, excuse me, but does it matter how your feelings are and what your confidence level is, or does it matter what happens on the field? Like, I feel like sometimes they think it's like so important. Oh, well, their confidence meter, that's what we need to get right, not like just win. Like,
no, yeah, they just win. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. That's wild. F that, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever, dude.
I think. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and again, it's you wanted to win that last game, but I think overall, whether it's been against bad, good, whatever type of competition you call it, but the fact that the Yankees were 6.5 games back, now they're 3, now they're in the top wild card. I mean, we're in a good spot. Like we're going to be in the playoffs. It just matters how high we're ranked.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I feel like, I don't think you should feel bad about dropping a game against the White Sox. Like we said before, and you just said, like, you are in a great spot, like to win the division, even like 3 games back with 25, 20, however many games there are left. I mean, that's a great spot, dude. And like you said, it just seems like certain things are trending back in the right direction for the Yankees. And obviously, like, I don't know. I mean, I know the Red Sox are obviously going to be a threat too, but in terms of for the fight for that division, like you're going to be there. Like,
right. Exactly. And
you're in a better position than the Mets are, that's for sure.
I mean, the one thing that I will like, it still wouldn't like make me say, oh, there's no way they could do it. But if Josh wants to say like do it against a good pitcher, I actually would agree that, I definitely like would like to see that. But you look at like what we did against Framber Valdez last time he pitched against us, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks. I mean, if we do that again, I know we didn't end up winning that game. But we should definitely beat them. And you look, he's struggled. In August, he had a 564 earned run average, and his only good start, Tony, against the Colorado Rockies last time out, 7 scoreless innings. Other than that, he gave up 7, 4, 4, and 6 runs. So he has not been pitching well. Max Fried, obviously, 1 earned run, 13 innings his last 2 starts. So it seems like he's turning the corner. So I feel good about that. So let's go. Let's win that game. Like, let's go. Like, enough. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not thinking anything other than let's win that game.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. I mean, I think, and to your point, it's like, just get there, like just get there. Good morning, Sharon. Okay, great. I'll see you soon. Sharon's heading out to Home Depot, no days off for Sharon.
Yeah.
None. And speaking of no days off, I mean, no days off for the Yankees or the Mets either, dude. I mean, I don't know how many games, because the Mets are in the middle of like a 16 game streak or stretch, whatever, dude. I don't know.
Yankees just played 13 in a row, but they're off today.
Oh, they are off today. Okay, right, dude. That's right. They are off Labor Day. I remember someone complaining about that this weekend. Because I mean, I'm sure you would agree with that too. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Labor Day, it's like, I mean, there should be games all day. No, like. Everyone should be playing.
Or
you don't?
Yeah, no, I do. It's just I don't know if the schedule had to be that way. You would think no, but maybe it was unavoidable. The Yankees had to play 13 in a row before Labor Day.
Yeah, no, definitely is. But I guess we'll see. Whatever, dude.
I just want to finish this up before we get to the Mets. I guess what did it start with? Ernie talking about the Mets.
Oh, I guess so. He says Mets are different though. They have been bad since '86. I mean,
they haven't won since '86, but obviously they've had a lot of rough years. Obviously, better recently, of course.
Josh B saying Brian Cashman Barnaby,
and just read all of them before I react. I'll put my feet up over here. Come
And
on.
then I sound crazy! Exclamation point. And then Ernie's saying White Sox have been this is the All-Star break top 5 offense or top 7 or top 5 offense is the All-Star break and top 7 in runs scored, but that stat won't get any light because it's the Red Sox, right? And then he says 13 in a row, but you're not a real baseball team if you don't play on Labor Day,
Kev Deuce said that, and like we were making fun of him. Yeah, it's like, dude, what are you saying? Like, we made the schedule. Like, come on.
We can have off, but the Yankees can't? Question mark. Well, I was just saying, like, in terms of just baseball in general, like exposure for the league, I just feel like it wouldn't.
No, exactly. No, all the teams should play on all the big holidays: Memorial, Labor Day, 4th of July, right?
Yeah, like today there should be like there should be mad games at 1:00, like 4:00.
And I forgot if we talked about this, but you saw how we're gonna be September 11th.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be sick. We gotta
getting it right. Come on, yeah,
come on, dude, getting it right.
It's at Yankee Stadium, so I'm down to go.
Yeah, I guess I'm down to go too. All right, dude.
Yeah,
easy commute. All right, dude. I'll fucking be there. All right. And then Josh B says the White Sox, Ernie, you are better than that.
Okay. And then
my mother. Are you bored? And oh yeah, Barnes is talking about the Yanks. Which
I feel like Tony still enjoy. I think I know it's like, okay, what is this really saying? But I would say that you enjoy talking about the Yankees more than I enjoy talking about the Mets. Not that it's like you enjoy it so much, but I think you do enjoy it a little more than I do. Other way around. No, yeah, I would agree with that. I think we could agree on that. And then Ernie doubling down here. Yes, the White Sox since the All-Star break have been. See, now he says pretty good offensively. No, and listen. Josh is right here. We don't want to be talking about the White Sox. We should, before you start them, yes. But the reason why Josh is also wrong, too, and why I get annoyed is like talking about like we know when we're talking about being the good teams. But it's like, yes, we know like there are certain things roster-wise, contract-wise, money decisions, Aaron Boone. We know all of that. But it's like, right now, and like that it's not good enough, not winning this song is not good enough. We know all of that. But in the moment, Josh, I'm not thinking about that. Like I could think about that in the offseason. In the moment, I'm just rooting for us to get back to where we need to get. So it's just like those thoughts, it's just a pointless conversation. That's not changing right now. So it just seems like something stupid to focus on. Oh yeah, I think you're hitting the nail on the head with that one. And Donna Lee agrees, by the way. She says, good Lord, Josh, it's 1 game out of 7. And then Ernie says Josh Schnapp Furtado is his new name, LMAO. No, but Donna Lee in the I think it was the TCA chat, but was saying that she agrees with me. Everybody's way too negative. So really appreciate it. Donna, we know, real one. But yeah, that's it, Josh. All right. So I can't wait to talk to Josh after we win this series, but we got some time for that. And I know, speaking of time, it's overdue. Yes, Tony, get 3 out of 4 to the Marlins. You're pissed. We know, but still in a playoff position. So it's just on to the next one, correct? I guess. I mean, right? Or you're going to say it's over. Are you going to be Josh? And no. We can't beat the Marlins. It's over. It's over. I'm not going to say it's over. I mean, I still think that the Mets, will at the very least get the wild card. Obviously, division now. Phillies back to a 6-game lead, I believe, right? Because they took 3 out of 4 against the Braves this weekend. Unfortunately, didn't do you any help there. But focusing on the Mets specifically, dropping 3 out of 4 against the Marlins. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, there's not really much of an excuse to do that. I mean, I can sit here and, break down the Marlins and be like, well, actually, the Marlins have had kind of some good stretches this season. They have a super young team, a lot of speed, a lot of young talent. Sandy Alcantara, this weekend has always historically pitched well against the Mets, regardless of how good or bad his season has been going. Not to mention his last 3 or 4 starts. 3 starts have been really, really solid. So he was kind of turning a new leaf, it seems, getting back to his own form. That was on Sunday. What doesn't matter, though. Because, like I said, there really just is an excuse here. You dropped 3 games to the Marlins. And, I mean, obviously, we went over Thursday, whatever. But then Friday, the King Tong game here, Jonah Tong having a tremendous, MLB debut, 5 innings, 6 Ks. I think it was 1 earned run, right? Tremendous. I mean, I think, obviously there's some work to do.
but mixing up, the fastball, the changeup, the slider, it all worked really well. It seems like he could really, when they are clicking, go to any one of those pitches, for a strikeout. Obviously, it's going to be great to see him more and more, as he kind of makes, some more starts, makes his adjustments, hopefully can figure it out. But that game on Friday, the 19-9 win. I mean, getting the offense started early. Soto in the first inning. So had a tremendous weekend. Obviously, 3 home runs this weekend. In any case, again, you scored 19 runs. You feel great. You got out to an early lead. You had 6 home runs as a team off of 18 hits, I think. Which I don't want to say is the 3rd time this season. You have 6 home runs as a team, which is tremendous. Nimmo, Alonso, Taylor having a good night with 4 ribbies, 2 for 5. Terrence had 3 RBIs as well. He even got to pitch on Friday too. That was kind of funny. So again, I mean, the Mets did a great job. Obviously did a great job of getting to Perez immediately. I know Perez, young pitcher, kind of got popped. Didn't even last for the first inning. But you win Friday. You win 19-9. You feel really good about it. You think offense is hot. Pong showed up. I mean, there's another young prospect coming up and showing up and rising to the occasion, doing exactly what you need from them to do. And you're thinking, wow, like next game, we got David Peterson on the mound. He's our ace, a little bit rocky, I guess, last few starts. But you think back to Washington, the Nationals, 8 innings of unearned run, 1 earned run ball, whatever it was. It seemed like he was, kind of, getting back to what he was the first half of the season. He last 2 innings, Brian, on Saturday. And he gives up 8 earned runs, dude.
What did you see out there? Other than get hammered, obviously, but
I mean, the location was definitely an issue.
Come
on. So I don't know. I mean, with Peterson, I mean, my worry really at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, listen, obviously location is the issue for him. Why is that happening? The only thing I really think of, Brian, is the fact that he is at a career high in innings pitched this season. He's at like 155 or whatever it is. So I don't know. I mean, is this fatigue? I mean, he's never pitched this much before in his entire career. He's obviously never pitched this well consistently in his entire career too. So you kind of have, kind of both the physical and mental aspect, I guess, coming into this part of the season. You think of last year, obviously, yes, big spots he was called upon, but I think he missed part of the beginning of the year last year. I think he pitched only 130 innings last season. So, he's 25 innings or somewhat around the ballpark over that. I mean, I think we're getting, maybe some just fatigue out of him, and it should be really interesting to see what happens. I think they get an extra roster spot today. Mendoza wants to stick to the 6-man rotation here. So I don't know. It should be interesting to see if maybe he gets an extra day's rest, if you end up, maybe having a bullpen game because of that. But it's tough. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Mendoza handles it, because, I mean, honestly, like with the, obviously the start from Senga, you're not sure about Peterson. Like, these pitchers these stars aren't going, deep into games. Like, can you afford to have that bullpen game to give him an extra day's rest? I guess we'll see, but.
And a couple of things here, I guess. First, when are the young guns slated to start again?
Let me see. Let's pull up, dude. The schedule.
McLean must be first, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like he would be starting against Detroit, to be honest. He is. He's starting tomorrow against Detroit.
Okay.
And then Pong is game 1 on Friday against Cincinnati. So,
boy, that seems a while away.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
6-man rotation, though. That's
6-man rotation, yeah. So the extra day off. And I think that's good, obviously, for these younger guys. Clearly needs to be for Peterson, I guess, also. So, it's tough, dude, because obviously, Saturday, it's like, Peterson, 8 earned runs, last 2 innings, offense comes back, you tie it, and you still end up losing 11-8. Diaz got into some trouble late in the game, gave up 2 earned runs. So did Rogers. Rogers just is looking very hittable. Diaz, I will say, his slider just was not working. He was not locating pitches at all. And it's tough because what do you got?
Oh, I was just gonna say, where's Helsley at? Still bad?
Yeah, no, Helsley is definitely still bad. I don't know if you saw this. It's actually kind of interesting because I was talking about this. I don't know what broadcast it was, but or maybe it was. It doesn't really matter. But I remember like hearing David Cohn talk about like times.
Sunday Night Baseball must have been.
It must have been Sunday Night Baseball, but he was talking about, and I don't think it was in relation to Helsley. He was talking about when times when he would just get hit a lot, like he just, whatever he was doing, even though he was like having good pitches, he was just giving up lots of hits and runs. And then he was like, I found out that like I started tipping my pitches. Like that's whatever.
Oh, so you think that's what he's doing?
Well, I think over the weekend, like, MLB personnel, Mets personnel came out saying that they do believe Helsley's tipping his pitches. So they're going to try and figure out how he could fix that, and not tip his pitches, because obviously you need Helsley, definitely more so than ever. But I guess, hey, if that's a problem, I guess at least it's good that you identified that Helsley's tipping pitches. Let's fucking change that, get him back to form, have him as a solid bullpen piece here to alleviate some of the stress, So I guess maybe that's one good thing. But I mean, at this point, I mean, in terms of the rotation, I know you're pumped about Tong and McLean, but it's just like, the rest of your starters, like you can't have Peterson just not be good right now, and you still need Senga to like get his head out of his ass.
And you know what's interesting, and it's so hard with the young guys because they barely pitch. I'm sure you'd want to be part of it, but if it's up to you right now, playoffs start tomorrow. Who are your top three?
Oh my God, dude, that's so tough. I mean, I guess I will be giving Peterson the benefit of the doubt, and almost out of necessity, because I would have Noel McLean in there for sure. And gosh, dude, I mean, I mean.
You want to give it to Senga, but you're nervous he's just not gonna.
I can't give it to Senga. I mean, honestly, like Clay Holmes, like that name, kind of like somewhat, because like, I mean, how am I gonna like sit here and say like, oh yeah, Jonah Tong can get the ball, like like
you know what the thing is though. What I would say is like, but if those guys you feel like are gonna give you a mediocre start anyway, you might as well just roll the dice with the young guys.
I guess I guess you're right. I guess I would have to just give it to Tong, which is crazy. It's crazy that I'm sitting here saying that.
One start,
playoffs. Yep, go for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude. I don't know. It was a tough weekend, and it was tough too because the offense. I mean, sort of 2 dingers on Saturday, and then obviously. Bullpen just kind of blew it. I mean, obviously the Peterson start too, but it's like you erased that. You tied the game up. It was crazy. I thought that would have been like, yes, let's go, but it wasn't, dude. Bullpen ends up blowing it. And then of course, like, yesterday, Senga, we mentioned him, just got off to a terrible start. I don't know what the deal is with him, to be honest. From what I'm seeing, the guy just pitches himself into a hole immediately. Like it's just the first 2 pitches are balls, like they're fork balls in the dirt. And then it's like, you're down 3-0, you're down 2-0, and they know a fastball is coming. So it's just, and then you give it up a hit, So it just seems like he's just not, he's never in a pitcher's count. It's always the batter's count. He's always fighting back. And then because of that, obviously we see why he's only 5 innings, because his pitch count's at 88, going into the 5th. So, and of course, yesterday, what was it, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. And it's like, obviously offense could have been better. I think you had 3 hits as a team, 1 earned run. You had some opportunities, I guess, a couple times. Soto, you get the warning track hit, sort of deal. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, in a weekend where your pitching was, I guess, a Saturday and Sunday, 2 days back to back, where your pitching was losing you games. I mean, I guess it would have nice to have seen some more offense yesterday, but I had a feeling that Sandy was going to pitch well against the Mets. Like I said, I think his career is like a 2.7 against the Mets, and that's a lot of starts. I think he has like almost 20 starts against the Mets, over his career, obviously being a divisional rival. So it's like, kind of saw him pitching 7 innings coming. So you just kind of thought like, oh, like as long as like some pitchers can hold it down, but it wasn't happening. Saying I couldn't hold it down. And at that point, 4 2/3, Mendoza went to Waddell, and it's just like, I can't, like, we don't have any days off. We use a ton of bullpen guys from Friday and Saturday. Like we couldn't have more, you couldn't use more bull, you just give some guys a rest. Because obviously, you're going into a series against Detroit now, which is not going to be a walk in the park, regardless of how, ups and downs, I guess, the Tigers have been recently. But
I'm just kind of curious if you know this, because I just looked at their posted lineup now, and if you already looked at it, then I guess I won't ask you. But who do you think leads the team in batting average? Like, that's in the lineup today. I don't know if there's anybody that's barely played that has a high average, but
who do I think leads the batting average?
yeah,
That's interesting. I mean, I don't think it's Soto. I don't think it's Alonso either. I mean, it might be something like Marte, but
Marte's not in the lineup.
he's not in the lineup today.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it Lindor? I have a feeling
Soto. No, not Soto. I meant it's Alonso by 1 point over Lindor, 269, 268. What made me think of it is that it's going to be interesting to see if maybe there's a change in approach this series, because obviously you look at the top of that lineup, Lindor 26 home runs, Soto 35, Alonso 31, Nimmo 22, is that you hit a lot of home runs, but that's such a deep park, so you're going to be flying out a lot if you're going for the home run. So it'll be interesting to see if they kind of have more of a contact approach. Obviously, Alonso doesn't seem like a guy who would, but maybe Lindor and Nimmo for instance, and then Soto. I mean, I guess he kind of has a all-around approach. But then again, I mean, him hitting 254 this year, I mean, does it feel like for you watching him at the plate, I mean, is he trying to go deep every at bat or no?
I think so. I think it takes a lot of big hacks. And honestly, like there's a ton of times where it is like on the warning track, like it's a fly, he flies out, so it's like, I don't know if he's trying for that. Maybe in my personal opinion, I would say yes.
But I just think too, and again, we know the game has changed. We know there's barely anybody who hits 300, but it just feels like he's a guy who should be able to hit 300 every year because of his batting eye.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, and it's I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
254 is way below that. Way.
No, I mean, it certainly should be definitely higher than that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe it goes back to him just trying to hit it out of the park. Because, dude, there's so many times where you can tell by the way he swings. He started swinging, like he started to rip it,
And is there a lot of long flyouts at home?
Yeah. Really everywhere, honestly.
Yeah. Well, because it's tough though. I feel like the gaps at Citi Field, I mean, those alleys, I mean, those are deep.
Right? I mean, yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm happy with his. Again, I mean, this weekend, 3 home runs. Over the weekend, 35 in the year. Obviously, batting average you want to be higher. But
would you say though, still waiting for that like signature moment, because he doesn't have like a walk off or anything, right? Sure.
Does he have a walk off? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I definitely still am. I mean, you think about the series coming up, even against the Tigers right now, but against the Phillies even later on, like it's even against Cincinnati, like it would be nice to see him have that, I guess, that big moment. But again, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think he shot a good year, 30 and 30, first time in his career he's doing that, so that's cool.
And I saw it too. Like his speed is so mediocre. Everyone's like, how's he doing it? But obviously he's reading the pitcher, getting good jumps. So that's something, kudos to him. It's one of those things. I mean, sure, Ohtani, stealing 50 bases last year was crazy, but Soto even stealing 26 is kind of nuts just based on the type of base stealer he was before this season.
Yeah, I mean, the guy has like a tremendous baseball IQ. So, I mean, that plays out there.
Now, I know it's tough to be positive because – you just lost 3 out of 4 to Miami, but what do you like? What's your actual thought going into this series?
Like just about winning the series against the Tigers, or just
like what you're expecting to see, confidence, that type of thing.
I'm confident about today. You got Charlie Morton on the. So I mean, obviously another guy who has a lot of experience, also with the Mets, but I think his career ERA is like a 3.9 or something. I'd have to look again.
Against the Mets or in his career?
No, against the Mets. His career against the Mets, yeah. He did, yeah. So he has a 3.75 ERA career against the Mets. And he does have a start this season against them where he did pitch well, 6 innings, 1 earned run. But again, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's Charlie Morton. The offense for the Mets still has been really good, and I feel like, even though it was a little lackluster yesterday, I think they're due for the bounce back. I think Morton's going to get popped, and that's what I'm kind of looking forward to, that the offense just stays like absolutely busting throughout this series against Detroit. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, Mania tonight, not giving up. Like I would imagine, he's giving up, a lot. McLean though tomorrow, I mean, I think he's gonna have a solid outing. So you're happy about that. And then I guess I gotta see. I forgot who's Clay Holmes. I guess would be Wednesday. Let me see. Clay Holmes. Yeah, Clay Holmes against Mize. So I mean, you feel pretty good. Tomorrow looks like it's an undecided for Detroit. So hopefully, McLean can go out there, be great. I mean, I'm not going to, guarantee 8 innings of no earned runs or anything, but, you're looking for a quality start out of him, no doubt. And then again, you'd imagine, the offense would get to any bullpen pieces they're throwing out there. So I'm going into the series and I'm expecting 2 out of 3 against Detroit.
And you know what? I just looked at their posted lineup for today. I mean, I don't know if you looked at it right now.
I haven't looked at it yet.
I mean, obviously, I guess you just pitch well. But how with this lineup, it's like how do you have 80 wins? I mean, you look at Jones, Torres, Perez, Torkelson, Green, Ibanez, Dingler, McKinstry, and Javi Baez. So you have 2 guys who have more than 14 home runs in this lineup.
That's wild.
And you're 80 and 58. I mean, that is beyond wild. And one guy that I think nobody thinks of is Riley Green. How about the season he's having? 32 homers, 101 RBIs.
101 RBIs, yeah. Batting 269. I mean, that's great for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a lot of their lineup. I mean, I guess for the rest of the MLB, I'd be interested to see what the league average is for across the league. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like they got a lot of guys in the 260s. Some 270s too. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I know Baez has had a good season. He had good stretches anyway, but clearly relying a lot on pitching and bullpen to win.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, in Glaber, I guess he's kind of quieted down 265, 1463. But I guess for a second baseman, that's actually not terrible, but it's not popping off the page, obviously, either.
Right. Yeah. So again, I mean, I don't know. I feel pretty good. I think 2 out of 3 isn't crazy, especially because they just didn't. From Pollock, they got swept by the A's right recently. So
yeah. So
you never know.
I mean, I would say it comes down to pitching, but I do think today, could be like a 9-9 game where the offense has to win it late.
Absolutely.
But because Morton, I mean, I know he's kind of turning around a little bit, but I mean, pretty hittable. So if he's leaving, a fastball that's 89, 90 over the middle, I mean, you would think the Mets are going to do some damage. So, be interesting, but not everybody playing, but enough teams playing, I guess, to do, right? Another edition, 6-pack MLB pick segment.
Go,
Hirsch
dude.
Law Firm. Tony batting leadoff.
I'm batting leadoff, dude.
In attendance in Motown.
John Pollock, is that a fact? Is he in attendance?
I just figured Labor Day, why not, right? Mets.
I mean, if he's not, I could talk about, Ernie's going to start calling him a fair weather fan,
Yeah.
So let's go, dude. Why not? 1 o'clock, too. I mean, it's going to be a quick turnaround here. 1:10, Mets, Detroit. You're in Detroit. You're a little bit worried. Sean Manaea, Morton. We mentioned the 2 pitching matchups here. The offense will be plenty of. Brian kind of gave almost a little bit of a prediction of himself. I do feel like that would be the case here, where you will have some late night, or really in this point, early evening Met action. And I think what it's going to come down to is, Manaea is going to be probably 5 innings, 4 earned runs, something like that. Bullpen may give you a problem too. Who knows? Especially with, you never know. I mean, obviously the long ball has not eluded certain players on the Tigers. So, but I think what it boils down to here is top of the 8th, you're going to get Juan Soto with a 3-run homer. Okay, starting off, maybe not his big Met moment, but maybe at least catapulting it to somewhat of that. But give me Juan Soto, 36th homer of the season. It puts the Mets up. I'm going to say it puts them up. I guess it'll have to be like a 9-6. And then that's your final score right there, dude. Mets winning 9-6. Give me the over on this Labor Day to start us off, Brian. What do you got?
All right. So I'm going to go to George M. Steinbrenner Field. Rays hosting the Mariners. Pitching matchup here between Luis Castillo and Shane Baez. Baez has struggled this year, 8-11, 5.19. Castillo solid as always, 8-7, 3.75. And this is a big game for Seattle. They're just coming off sweeping the Nationals. They're 2 back in the division, obviously in the wild card race with the Yankees as well. So this is a game you need to win. I know Cal Raleigh, I think a little bit of a slump recently, averaged down to 240, but I've seen the Yankees play the Rays at Steinbrenner Field recently. The way that the weather is right now, I mean, balls are flying out of that park. I would not be surprised if Cal Raleigh has 2 home runs, and maybe Julio Rodriguez does as well. But I think this is a beatdown. I think Castillo hones in here against the Rays lineup, other than Junior Caminero, isn't really that good. So I think Seattle puts up a 7 spot. Castillo goes 7, only 2 earned runs, and the Mariners end up winning 7-2. So it's going to be the Mariners in the over.
Mariners over, Seattle over.
Bernie in the building. He says, "What's up, boys?"
Bernie in the
Good to have you
building. Love to see that. Great to have him here. Let's go now. Yes, dude. Milwaukee, dude. The Brewers are taking on the Phillies today. Where the hell? Okay, yeah.
The Miz is
4:10
pissed.
dude. Jacob Mizorowski, dude, is definitely pissed off, man. Taiwan Walker's probably pissed off, too, because he stinks. 4-7 season, dude. So for him, not great with that team, with the lineup, whatever. 3.63 ERA, not bad. Didn't do great against the Mets. You'll get his last few starts. I guess last time out was against the Mets. 5 innings, 10 hits, 4 earned runs. I can see something similar to that, honestly, against the Brewers here. Yelich, Sal Frelick. But I think Mizorowski, okay, Jacob here is going to be the X factor. First time pitching against the Phillies. Maybe that lineup a little confused. Can't handle him. I know Jacob here has been kind of getting knocked around a little bit, I guess, after getting off to a phenomenal debut in the MLB. I think he comes back to that form. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, striking out 9, okay? The Brewers breeze through the Phillies. I say it's going to be a 6-2 spot, which is Brewers, and just on the under there, Brian.
All right. So I am going to do a little AL East, feel here and go with the Reds and the Blue Jays game. Hunter Green on the hill versus Chris Bassett.
Interesting.
And you look at this game, you have the Reds actually slight favorites here, -125. I mentioned Toronto, mediocre on the road, 34-34. Reds, 37-31 at home. Green's been great with the 2.81 ERA. Striking out 94 batters, 77 innings. Bassett has actually struck out more than you would imagine, 148 and 150 innings. But I just like the Reds at home, and I like Ellie De La Cruz. It kind of feels like he's due to have a big game. So how about hitting for the cycle? Wow. I think he steals 4 bases, and I think the Reds win this game, let's say 6-4. So give me the Reds and the over.
I don't like that at all, dude. All right, dude. Last game here for me. Going to Chicago, I think. Getting like a little bit of loop back from you, Brian.
Oh, I know. It's because I took my earbud out.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's go to Chicago, dude. The Cubs taking on the Braves. Ray against Strider. Strider sucks. He gets popped. Cubs. I mean, over under. Let me just double check here, dude. Over under 7.5 here. Give me Cubs. Give me the over. They win 7-4. Bang.
All right, and then third game, final game here, going back to the AL East. Unfortunately, this one isn't the result I want, but the Red Sox at home against the Guardians. Mezek versus Bayo. Bayo all of a sudden is pitching out of his mind. 10-6, 2.99, Tony. So feels like a game the Red Sox win like 5-2. So give me the Red Sox and the under. Just like that 6-pack MLB pick segment, first law firm. And time to strike the music back up for another edition of the Back of the Grid. By the way, I was on the plane back yesterday, was trying the football ones. Tried 20 grids, couldn't get one. They're so hard, dude. I want to eventually get to a point where we can do them. But
oh, gosh, thank you. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. But gonna give it a try at some point.
Yeah, definitely, dude. All right, so grid up. Do you see the grid? Do you have?
Yes, I have it up on my end as well.
What happened? Your audio is hard. What happened to your headphones? Is it just not? Oh
What about now?
no.
It's still the same.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't hear. Well, actually, I don't hear the echo anymore, which is good, I guess. Give me a little one. You know, yeah. Actually, yeah. I guess it sounds better.
okay.
All right. Yeah. I guess we can power through this.
All right. So I don't know if it would be too much, but Orioles, Astros, Trey Mancini, or you think go with something else?
Orioles, Astros, Trey
Or you think
Man.
it's gonna be Hay?
Oof. I don't know. I mean, I'm not great with Orioles.
Or we could just hold off on that for a second. I kind of have a really good idea. I'm almost positive on this. Didn't Kyle Farnsworth pitch for the Tigers and the Braves?
Tigers, Braves, Kyle Farnsworth.
Pretty sure, dude.
I'm not sure, but I do know Zach Short has played for both those teams.
So you just trying to steal my thunder.
I mean, I just feel like Zach Short is going to be probably the lowest.
Let's see.
0.3.
Yep, you had it. Farnsworth was 1%.
Oh,
I did it as you were doing it.
of
Above
course.
board, dude. Above board. Come on.
All right, so yeah, I'm tough with the Orioles. I know that Jonathan VR though, he was on the Orioles, right?
Yes.
And he played for the Astros. He also played for the Brewers. So I don't know if you know a Brewers Astro.
Brewers asked.
That's not Zach Greinke, I guess. But if you want to do Zach Greinke, maybe probably do Milwaukee Kansas City for Greinke. We can do Milwaukee Astros. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like think here for a second, you know.
I know.
It really is tough.
Tough one. Yeah, Detroit too. Like who the hell, man? Let's see anyone from the Peanut Gallery. No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know why I think I'm just like, oh well, I don't know. Do you think Morton will be high?
Charlie Morton?
Yeah, for the Braves and Orioles. I was trying to think of somebody better. Or do BJ Suroff? Want to do BJ Suroff?
Yeah. BJ Suroff. All right, let's do that. Bang, 4%. All right.
You know what's hilarious? I'm sure you can imagine it. That was always Babchick's nickname for like if he's getting some.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what was Suroff? I can't see.
4%.
Okay, solid.
You think Donaldson will be too much for Milwaukee?
No. Do that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Josh Donaldson also 4%.
Okay. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, Orioles, Astros, Tejada. Do you think that one's too hay?
I would think so.
But over Mancini?
No, definitely over Mancini. Josh B said Bruce Braves, Joe Franco.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did fucking one of my favorite batting lines. He says can't do.
Detroit, Houston. I'm trying to think. Is it Valverde?
Detroit and Houston.
Yeah. How about Valverde? Detroit, Houston.
Valverde. What's his first name? Jose.
Yeah.
That's right. Like, what the hell, dude? 0.9.
There we go, dude. There we go.
Trying
to think about
Kansas City, Milwaukee. You have Greinke, obviously.
Kansas City, Milwaukee. Yeah, who else?
Moustakas, right?
I think it's a weird team mix, but I feel like there's so many for the Astros and the Orioles. It feels like it, right?
Astros, Orioles. I don't know. I'm not birds. I know VR right now. Good on both.
Wait, VR where?
Jonathan VR has been. He's been on the Brewers, the Orioles, and the Astros.
Okay, so I would think do the Brewers Astros for VR.
Oh. Bang.
What was it?
0.8.
There we go. All right, trying to think more about Baltimore.
Royals, Brewers, Jackie Bradley.
There you go.
That's a good one. Jackie Bradley Jr. 2%. Bang. Should have known that.
Detroit, Kansas City feels like a good lot. I'm trying to think. Detroit and Kansas City. I think there's got to be like a ton of pitchers, no? Right? Isn't it like?
I guess I don't.
Yeah, and then Orioles, Astros, Orioles, Kansas City.
Greinke pitched for the Orioles now.
No. I think all the guys that the Orioles have had, like, didn't have Clifford, didn't have Tate, Eichel, or catchers.
Mark Kana, dude. We
Orioles,
before.
Tigers, Marcana.
Yes, dude. 1%. That was a good one, dude. Damn. Monday, you know.
Orioles, Astros. I mean, I guess just do Mancini, right?
Yeah, at this point, right? I mean,
that or Tejada. I mean,
I would think Mancini. 16%.
All right, at least we smell the rat anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Orioles. Like, who are the Orioles signing free agency? That's why it's tough, right? Like,
yeah, dude.
Oh, we could just do Tejada, right? He definitely played on there, or did he not for the Royals?
Miguel.
Yeah, or did maybe not actually.
I don't know for sure, but that sounds about right.
Yeah, I guess just go with that.
%, dude.
Okay, so what was the total?
38, dude. You got me? Trey Mancini was the most for Astros, Orioles, which is tough. It looks like we lost Brian. All right, dude. Joey Bats, O's, Royals. Figure it out, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. That wasn't a strong one, I will say. We could have done better, but it's fine. All right. We lost Brian, which is also fine because I feel like it's the end of the show, really, at that point. I mean, right? I mean, it's like kind of like, oh, no, there he's back, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. But yeah, I guess we did all right. FB's not impressed.
No, and then I see on Compton's back for more, but he kind of got a little humble over the weekend, huh?
Oh yeah.
What did he say though? We gotta read his comment now.
Oh yeah, he says Mets suck, Brian. Ha 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 ha.
Happy Labor Day, right or no?
Happy Labor Day is right, dude. He said Julio Franco, Jenny from the block of baseball. Facts.
Yeah, no, Julio Franco's like that, like Edwin Jackson type player. So I guess really the only thing I wanted to mention, I know we mentioned it at the top, was the standalone college football game tonight. North Carolina Tar Heels, Belichick, the girlfriend, Chapel Hill, going up against TCU. And you think about TCU recently, they lost to Dion a couple years ago, first game of the season, kind of surprised. Obviously, usually a strong program there under Sonny Dykes, and they're 58.7% favorite here, 3.5-point favorites, total 54.5. But when I know I'm really honestly, Tony, in the same boat as you, where I don't really know like players on these teams and that, but for some reason, it just feels like Belichick's not going to go down in his debut at home. The hype for North Carolina, probably the highest it's been in a long time, because you always think of them as a basketball school.
Yeah, I think the Tar Heels may hit on their own.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you had to, what type of game are we talking? Like, if you had to give me something.
Honestly, I think it goes down hard. I'm thinking like Tar Heels early off. I don't know, like a 27-14, if that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the under, just because also you look at all these games so far. I mean, sure, you had like the mismatch games that were blowouts, but a lot of these games like low scoring, like not a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think North Carolina. I'm gonna do like a 24-17 spot. I think down to the wire, but Belichick sticking out his chest, down the stretch. It just seems like it's one of those like made for TV type of moments. First game as a college coach, 73 years old, the girlfriend jumping in his arms after, right though, or not?
Whoa, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's what it kind of seems like. I would like to go to a game at that stadium. I've walked inside it, but I never went to a game. And it's cool that it's right on campus too. You really can't beat that.
Hell yeah, it's sick.
Any chance you watch the game later?
What time is the game on?
8:00.
Maybe I'll be working a Fairfield soccer game tonight, so
okay.
Have it on the phone,
Who are they playing? Do you
know? Dude, I don't know. I can find out. Their soccer team is pretty good though. Let's see. August, September. Here we go. Brown. They're playing Brown.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Ivy League. That's right, dude. Working camera 2. JJ Duke on the call. All right, so watch out.
JJ Duke is big time, or
no?
You know what this comment is that we just got right here?
Oh, Final Crow?
Yeah.
I think I do vaguely remember him. He changed his name, Golden Shaw.
But what, like, was there something, like, did we have some big, like, back and forth with him, or?
I don't remember. I don't think it was big. I think it was little
okay.
Small.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And then up until the game, any other plans for you today, or?
Draft at 2:00, and it'll be at Fort Real. Probably hang out until the game.
All right. Let's go. Yeah, you're kind of pumped to the drafts today now, kind of, right, or no?
Yeah, I am, because what Matt told me, like Wednesday, I was like, gaming corner.
Yeah, so you always have the draft during your show.
Yeah, dude. So it is nice to have it 2:00 today.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be sick. Obviously, there's gonna be, I'm sure, a lot of trash talk, throughout the season. So we'll
dude,
enjoy that. And coming up this week, I'm looking forward to. I mean, obviously, we're gonna do some type of NFL preview, Eagles, Cowboys on Thursday. I mean, stuff to look forward to.
Divisional previews, Brian.
Yeah, divisional previews. So, so definitely pumped about that. And we'll have a big show tomorrow. Obviously, talking about Yankees, Astros, recapping the Mets, game there against the Tigers, and then also a little Chapel Bill. See how he does later on. I'm telling you, by the end of the year, Tony, you're going to be like, dude, I can't miss any of these big college games.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
But yeah, definitely great show today. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives in the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you
mañana.
Let's go Mets.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.